Rachel here today with another layer using the beautiful October kits. And as we all know by now, the October kits are full of the wonderful Cocoa Vanilla Bohemian Dreams collection. So this one is going to be quite simple, quite quick. I'm starting off with this photo of our wedding party from our wedding all those years ago. And of course, I just had to use the lovely florals from the ephemera pack. So I've grabbed out a handful of those and I've placed some up the top right corner, and some down in the bottom left corner. And then I've grabbed in this chipboard frame from the chipboard sticker sheet, and I've just placed that onto my photo, and I am now cutting around the edges, and that's going to go in the middle there. I know that what I want to do is, once I've got these florals stuck down, I want to add some machine stitching. I have been without my sewing machine for a little while, and that's because it was never my sewing machine. It was on loan and I had to return it, but now I have another one on loan. So I'm just using a small amount of ATG tape as I can, because it does gum up your needle quite bad, and my needle on this sewing machine, it takes forever to thread anyway, let alone when it's all sticky with glue. So I've just used a very small amount of tape, which I just ran across my white cardstock, and now I'm sticking my florals down, and then I'm going to pop off camera and do just one simple line of stitching. So my stitching is done and I'm just trimming off the loose threads, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick down the loose threads with some washi tape just to make sure that it doesn't all unravel. And this is just the first washi that I put my hands on, so that's why I'm using that. Now I need to create a bit of a base for my photo to sit on. So I've grabbed out the cards which came in the Project Life card. These are always great for matting photos and using in your layers, and it means that then you don't have to cut into your 12 by 12 papers. Also 6 by 6 paper pads are great for this as well if you get those. So I have used some of these cards for previous projects, and because I'm a little bit lazy and I like it when things just come together naturally, I didn't really trim any of them. They all just worked the rectangle shapes that they were. I just layered those up. I just was deciding there which aqua or which of the blue colored cards I wanted to use, and I went with this one with the little spots that reminds me of leaves. And looking here, except for that floral, I think I've used all the B sides of these papers, and that's what's so great about this collection, is the B sides of the papers are just as beautiful as the A sides, and in fact sometimes, in some cases, I like the B sides better. So I just used my little stapler there to staple those top 3 layers together, and now I'm going to use my ATG to stick them all down to the page. The only thing with using the little stapler is it did give a bit of a bump, and I didn't want that bump behind my photo because I thought it would end up damaging the photo. So what I did have to do to combat that was use some foam behind my photo, and then I just cut out, using my craft knife, 2 little rectangle splits where the staples were, so then it sat nice and even on top of that. But it has added a bit of dimension to my page because I've got the chipboard frame and then I've got the foam behind that again. I've also added in my flower clusters some of the little chipboard hearts. I've added an aqua blue one and a purple one, and they just add a little bit more interest to those 2 clusters. And now I've reached a bit of a wall, so I'm happy with what I've done so far. but it's not enough. It's nowhere near finished. However, I do want to try and rein it in, because my last project I did I went really over the top and I kept adding and I kept fiddling and I kept playing, and now I don't like it. And it's hard to take away once you put things on the page. So I'm sticking down my hearts, and all the while I'm thinking, what more can I add? And of course, you can't go wrong with a butterfly. So I tuck a butterfly in under the frame up at the top corner there. And then I've been hanging to use these enamel shapes. So I add some of those on my frame, in the thinking that I'm going to add maybe a phrase stamp, a roller stamp next to those. Now for my title, I'm grabbing these chipboard titles, but none of them were great. So I got some alphas from my stash, and I've used the pink letters and I've spelt out love this. And then I'm coming in, I didn't have a roller stamp with the perfect phrase, so I'm coming in with one of the stickers from the bottom of the sticker sheet, and it says these moments. And I'm just layering that up with the enamel dots. And what's next? Oh, some sequins. So I'm going to grab some sequins and add those into the flower clusters. And I'm going to call it done. But if anyone's watched my videos, you know that it's not done. I come back after I finish filming and I add one of the arrows from the exclusive ephemera, and I add one of those to each of the flower clusters. Now I am done. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Kitaholic website and Facebook page, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.